Okay guys, so the practice, what are we going to do this week as far as sugar and carbohydrate intake? Again, I don't want you to get too focused on carbohydrates. You're going to learn more and you're going to get more out of the time you spend here learning as much as you possibly can about sugars. So level 1, level 2, level 3 practice this week in the challenge to challenge you to change your habits, to change your physiology, and to change your future well-being. Level 1, let's keep it simple. Two things I want level 1 people to be thinking about. One is, if you already know you have a sugar problem, whether it's soda or sweets, we want to take it down a notch. If you're having these things on a regular basis right now, don't get crazy here, because chances are you will not form a new habit and it really won't matter 40 years from now to 10 years from now. Start with a baby step, build a habit like a reflex, learn how to do it right, and then keep improving or keep reducing. So we're going to do the reduction principle if you have this issue. If you're having soda or sweets 7 days a week, let's take it down to 6. There's got to be a day off. Schedule it. Reward yourself. Do whatever you can to make sure that you're taking your sugar content down systematically. But take a baby step first. The second thing I want you to focus on this week is just learn. Just read. Just assimilate, integrate information. I've given you a lot of information here. I'm going to be really impressed if you can get through it all. But if you can, without having to worry about remembering this or writing things down, just read. Start and finish the whole article. Read the comments. Go on to the next article in the next link and just read. Get through it as fast as you can. If you just do that one time, I guarantee you cannot continue to repeat the same behaviors lifelong, because you're going to learn too much. You're going to be too aware to make the same decisions again and again. Also, for some of you guys who think that you know everything about sugars, that's not true. Let's be honest with ourselves. I thought I knew a lot about sugars, but in preparing for this for the last 3 days, I've learned more about sugars. So my level of purpose, my practice has gone up a notch. Yours will too. So level 2 practice. We're going to start turning labels on cans and bottles. We want to look at sugar content of every single thing we buy. We want to get into the habit of doing that. There's options and for everything. Every product out there has a different option or a dozen different options, like ketchup. Okay, look at the sugar content. That's kind of an obvious one. People have been trained to do that. Look at sugar content in different cereals. If you have children and you're feeding them cereal, sugar sometimes can have 50% sugar. That's 50% of what they're putting in their body. Is 50% is just pure sugar. That's that's junk. That's crap. We can't put that stuff inside our kids anymore. So we want to start looking at turning the boxes and looking at the sugar content. And if we're buying Cheerios, get the one that has less sugar, obviously. So that's the practice. Now, also be focused on the things that you don't or wouldn't think that you have sugar in. You know, things like salsa. You wouldn't really worry about. At least I wouldn't worry about how much sugar is in here. Or at least I used to not worry about that stuff. Now, my wife and I were always in the habit of turning cans. And we're always looking, well, this one's got 23 grams of sugar in it. Well, this one's got 9. Answer's obvious. But if we turn a can and this one's got 25 and this one's got 20, you know, kind of close. But we always typically choose this one, because we know that we're probably getting too much sugar coming at us from left and right and every which way. So at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we didn't make the wrong decision and add an extra 5 here, an extra 10, 15, 30 there. So that's level 2. Level 3 is now we're getting a little more picky. We're actually reading the label a little bit more in depth, and we're looking for what kind of sugars am I putting in my body. We want to look specifically for fructose and high fructose corn syrup. Hopefully none of you guys out there just sighed and said, you know, I just saw this commercial that talked to me about high fructose corn syrup, and they say it's really not that bad. So, you know, which way do I go? Read an article or two, because everyone needs to know that high fructose corn syrup is bad. Whoever's putting those commercials together, shame on you, because there's no possible positive benefit from putting high fructose corn syrup in your body. If you look at the article down below, you can actually figure out who's buying that research, who's producing that research. Then you know whether you believe the next commercial or the next ad that's run in front of you. Fructose, fructose, fructose. What can I say about this? This has got to go. It's got to get out of your diet. It should be something that you do get a little obsessed about. Not crazy, but you want to make sure that you're not putting it inside. Like MSG, most people know that that's not good for you, and people are they're trained to look for that. Get yourself trained to look for fructose if you haven't already. So that's level 1, level 2, level 3. There's a lot more to learn. As I already told you guys, you can't learn it all here. I can't teach it all here. I don't know it all. I'm just trying to practice like you guys are. So get committed with me. Get focused. Think, learn more, and act differently. I guarantee your life will turn out the way it's supposed to.